And this actually isn't episode 4, but it is episode 2, 3, and 4, all in one. So what I'm basically going to do is, since we've gone through and built all of the pieces in the first batch of videos, I'm going to really, in this video anyway, take issues 2, 3, and 4, show you the differences between the parts that came out a year ago, which was for the test run, and the parts that are coming out now. So let's start with issue 2. This was the test run part. This is the full run part. Really, the only difference, besides the little box here not being included with this one, is that there are quite a few more holes in this one. So still metal, which is very nice. And really, that's kind of the only difference. For issue 3, which is the wheel, this was the test run part. Has a black back to it. The tread actually was pointed out to them that it's incorrect. So new tread on the wheel, and the inside part is silver. So that's really the only real difference. In the full run version, the little tire inflator doodad here was already glued in to the wheel outside part. This one, if you remember, you had to glue that in. So test run, incorrect tread. New run, correct tread, different colored insides. And then for the fourth issue, there really isn't a lot of real remarkable changes. The fusion core thing is basically the same, a little bit different. They don't have these little screw points on the bottom for the full run. This is the test run. Other than that, they really kind of look the same. And then Mr. Fusion basically is exactly the same as far as I could tell. What I did was, for my new Mr. Fusion, these 3 screw holes always bothered me in the original test run. So what I did was I filled those in and then added another Mr. Fusion decal onto the back. What I also did was I tinted these little glass parts with kind of a clear smoke Tamiya paint. And how I did that is coming up right now. So what I've done so far is just screwed these 2 parts together using the AP screws that they suggest in the magazine. I've also popped these little guys out. These little clear plastic parts that I will put back in after this is all filled and repainted. Now I'm using a 2-part epoxy putty, epoxy sculpt, to fill in these big holes. So that's just a matter of pinching off a little bit of each part, kneading it together, and then we'll add it to the holes here. And just try to squish it in and make it as level as you can. If you actually make it a little bit above the surface, you can go in with some, a file or some sandpaper and you'll be able to sand that down flat and make it really nice looking, which is something I may do. I may overfill just a little bit so I can have something to sand down to the surface. Just like that. Now we set that aside to dry. And then with the water slide decals added, it's easier to put water slide decals on a shiny surface. So I will go back and spray this. Once this is all dry, I'm going to go back and spray this with a, not really a matte, but more of a duller spray clear coat, so that it's not quite as okay. So that is really going to be it for this episode. If you want to see how all of these things were put together, I would suggest going back and watching the videos from a year ago, because it's all exactly the same. And so next time we will be getting into new issues. I've got issues 5, 6, and 7 right now, and issues 8, 9, 10, and 11 hopefully will be arriving today or tomorrow. So watch for those, and thanks for watching.